This is like an impromptu spaces, and anybody who would want to share his experience, the unbelievable luck they had either in trading or in investment or in life. Also, if someone is courageous enough and wants to share his bad luck in trading or in life, you are most welcome. At least I can talk about myself. I'm not going to judge you because I've seen enough of ups and downs in life. I'll probably discuss a couple of incidents. So I'm not going to judge you. So, Kiran or Amit, if you want to share your experience, there is no time
Hi.
limit, but just don't go off topic. Yeah.
Am
Okay.
I
Go
am
on.
I audible?
Yes, yes. And for all the speakers who are going to come here, you will always be audible. If you're not audible, I'll tell you.
Sure, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go on.
Yeah. I started my trading. Like I want to be precise only on trading. I started my journey in 2017, and it was like mostly intraday. I never went to positional or a investment perspective. And then suddenly I was seeing something in banks, and I had started accumulating all government banks. And then like never knew like ta not even a candlestick, nothing, like nothing I was knowing on ta. And in and I work as well, like so I was not able to know things better, or I did not have a better social group to know things. I can say that. And then suddenly recapitalization happened overnight. My capital became double. That was very unfortunate. That was very unfortunate incident, and I was very like it's luck, beginner's luck, we can say, as in the book Alchemist. It all started with doubling the capital in very shorter period of time, and then I reinvested everything again into all small caps, and the downtrend started in the small cap, and I was not having a proper setup or a stop loss on anything. So I was waiting. I was averaging in down the down, which is which is very bad. And then March 2020 happened. Like I came out of most of the stocks, and even I had a KPIT and CDSL at very low price, and most of them have picked up. And I did not do a pyramiding. Like I learned a lot of things over the time, and since 6 months or 8 months, I have again started my journey by learning. I started with zero diversity and starting and following people through social media or better than me. So this is what my journey is all about. And I had a very bad investment in even in DHFL. The day I invested, it cracked. This is what my journey is on.
Yeah, I mean, my view is that, especially in trading, both, and I'm not talking about one trade or two trade. Luck plays a very large role, and we often ignore that. And what prompted me to, can you, all of you, can you put it on mute, please? So the thing is, I believe that anything that you do, trading or investment, the initial luck is very important. And often, I have seen that people have unbelievable beginner's luck. Whatever they touch, it becomes gold. Whatever they touch, it goes double. And why it happens that most of the people, when they enter into the stock market, be it Harshad Mehta's time or dot com bubble or 2007 or now, they enter into bull market, raging bull market. Last 10 days, 12 days, Nifty is making green candle every day. So Nifty has like Bank Nifty has gone up like crazy, right? So whatever stock that you're selecting, let's say you select five stocks, if it has gone up, you'll think, wow, I am the stock picker. All these mutual fund managers, all these hedge fund guys, they are like dumb. They're doing it for 20 years, they don't have any idea. I have started 3 months back and I'm acing the game. That feeling comes. And then you want to go bigger. Then you want to bet the farm. You borrow money from your parents, from your wife, from your husband, and then you want to just go all in. And suddenly one or two things go down because just like good luck, the bad luck is also around the corner, and it happens, and then you start blaming everybody else, your broker, your advisor, your stock market, Fed, but you don't blame yourself. So that's what I have generally observed, that luck plays a very very big role. Uh, sometimes what happens is things go horribly wrong, and there also luck plays a huge role. I remember when I started trading and I was like pretty new to it, and I did a calculation mistake in my position sizing, and I was trading natural gas, and everything was as per plan, and I was doing systematically. So in systems trader, everybody says, come what happened, you have to go by the stop loss, you have to go by the trading plan. So I was sticking to the stop loss, I was sticking to the trading plan, but like suddenly in 3 4 days I lost around 20% of my capital. So, and 20% on a, even on a smaller amount like 5 lakh 10 lakh is a big dent for a new guy. So I just checked it, and then I realized that I had made the very big calculation mistake in the position sizing. Whatever position I had to take, I had taken 5 times more position because of the simple arithmetic mistake. And obviously I squared it off, and then I was heartbroken, right? And that is the point I clearly remember. I was doing very busy job. I was in a sales job, and there was hardly any kind of support when you're new. Like nobody believes you, nobody trusts you, right? So I in my head I just thought, ये मेरे से नहीं होगा. I can't do this, and I was just about to quit. That let me quit, let me go to FD or investment or whatever. This trading I will do probably 5 6 years later when I have enough capital, when I'm not bounded by my job and so on, right? So that was sheer bad luck, making an arithmetic mistake. Okay, somehow I decided to give it a go for another couple of months. That was my deadline, and I was from the very beginning. I was like pretty disciplined about. I used to write these things that I have to. If it doesn't work, I will quit in 2 months. And just like any beginner, I just wanted to recover my loss, which I thought was not my mistake. This was like snatched away from me because of bad luck. The lady luck was not smiling at me, so I just wanted to get it back. And I became more attentive, but I was more revengeful. So the heart was not there, head was not there in the market. It was in the revenge that I have to get it back. I have to get it back. And normally, what happens is that after such a bad luck, it invites series of bad lucks. Probably you will take over position sizing. Probably you will commit some other mistake and so on. And 2 3 mistakes, and you're out of the market. But it was followed up by a good luck. I had a very, very, very big rally in silver. I was trading commodities then. And then not only I recovered that amount, and then I made like 30 40% money in next 2 months on my base capital. That gave me a lot of confidence. That again made me think that I am the god in the market, right? A new guy always, either thinks he is useless, he can't show his face to anybody, or he thinks that he is the god. So I became very confident, and then now when I realized that after 13 14 years, I realized that both the events were sheer luck. That kind of rally in silver, it doesn't happen every day. It just happened because it was my good luck, and I was in the trade, and market used to open on a Saturday as well, MCX, and overnight I had taken position, and Saturday I opened the market, opened my trade book, and I saw a huge profit. That was just sheer luck. So so many times it has happened in my trading journey that I would tell you that without having good luck on your side, I mean having a balance in your head is also good luck, right? You don't get unhinged, you don't become arrogant, you become grounded. That is also like pretty good luck. Not everybody is able to have that kind of cool mind all the time. So I am of the view that it requires a lot of hard work, but our hard work is only 4 5% or maybe 1%. 99% is luck. Getting into the market, knowing about the market, getting stumbling on the right stuff, getting to know right people, and then especially in the first year, trades going your way. You are not burning yourself. You are not doing over position. All this is luck. I know a lot of talented people, a lot of hardworking people, a lot of people who have like IQ of 170 or 200. They just start with wrong position size, they burn their account couple of times, and they quit the market forever. Happens a lot. So that's why a lot of people give this quote or say this, that trading is not a game of intelligence. But intelligent people, if they get the right luck in the beginning itself, probably they will do things differently. That's my view. So I invite others who have taken the mic to share their experience, whatever unbelievable luck they had, either good or bad.
Good evening, Anand Bhai. This is Amit here.
Yeah.
And first of all, I would like to tell you that I love listening to you. I've been attending last two, three spaces you have done, and it's like I'm very addicted to it. This is something about the comment you got. I believe you should be conducting more of it rather than less. Okay. Well, coming back to the topic of luck in trading, I've been trading very well from last 2 years, and it's been good. But before that, it was like I always thought that I was somehow not getting the luck on my side. And even today, I mean, in last 2 years, when I'm doing very good, my strategy has around 70% of success ratio. But somehow, still, uh, when it comes to those three trades out of 10, which doesn't work, I somehow always take those three trades, which never work. And out of those seven trades which work, I somehow miss two, three always. So I end up with a system which has a success ratio of around 50%. Although on paper and practically also it's like 70%, but when it comes to the trading, real trading, it comes down to 50%, all because of luck. It's a discretionary system, not algo type. So I somehow miss those profitable trades, two, three profitable trades out of 10, but never ever miss those low C trades. Those are always there in my trading somehow. So that's about luck. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it happens that sometimes the streak of bad luck goes to so many days, to unbelievable number of days, and we start doubting our system, we start doubting ourselves, and it have all I can say after 15 years of trading, that it happens with everybody. So if you are sticking to the original plan and still it is not working out, you just have to keep grinding and keep doing more of it.
So
Yeah,
I want
next,
to
anybody next?
add to it,
Yeah, go.
like sir, like you have practiced trading for like how many years, sir? More than 10 years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the if your strategy is more primarily like you cut your position signing and risk management, then probably the bad luck also turns into luck, right? With proper knowledge.
Yeah, you are right that we cannot blame everything to luck. If you are doing like everything right, then
Yes.
things will work out as per your strategy or as per the plan. I don't deny that. But what happens is, when things are going bad, see, I often say that in the market, the biggest enemy lies in your head. It's you. So when things start going bad, we start taking wrong decisions. We start tinkering with the system. We start taking wrong position sizing, and we do all kind of wrong steps, and including if something is going in loss, we try to carry it over to 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, and this all, the devil starts playing in our head, and that's what uh, is also, I would say, is bad luck, because in the very first place, if everything works on paper, but on the very first place, if the bad luck streak would not have started, the devil would not have the room to play with your good heart.
Correct, correct. And sir, what also I feel like if you are investing, right, that also means luck counts. Like if you invest in many stocks, right, the market will start in the downtrend and it will probably turn into a bear market. Then you will think like it's the bad luck. Then whenever you remove your investment out, means like you sell it in loss, no, then the market will start moving up. This always happens with impatient investors or traders. So
Yeah.
that also they blame it for that luck actually.
I'll give you my example here. That I mean, before I give my example, let's take an example of ITC. And I'm not trolling anyone. It's a good company. It's a cash-rich company. It's a conglomerate. It's like a one of the biggest brand in India. It owns hotels. It owns what, cigarettes. largest. I mean, you go to a place where there is no road, there is people go by ferry, and there is no bridge, there are no schools, but there will be cigarette, there will be matchboxes of ITC. That kind of distribution we are talking about. Great company, right? But the stock is not moving in raging bull market. If someone is having a concentrated portfolio, what it is if it is not bad luck? That guy is underperforming the broader market, the index. We can talk about that the patient, the market is money goes from impatient to the patient and all. It looks good on Twitter, but we all get impatient at some point of time. It's just bad luck that your stock is not moving. It's a good company. I'll give you my example. I was holding Reliance since year 2007, and I believed in this Mukesh Ambani story, the Mota Bhai, and all that. And I in 2008 it made a high, and I was just averaging it a couple of times. Then it went almost in 50% correction. If I'm not wrong, I'll have to look at the chart. It like severe correction. It was hurting to the bone. It was like stage 4 cancer. Looking at the stock going down, and I'm averaging down. I'm accepting my mistake. I did average down a couple of times, and I held it till 2020, and I think I sold it around 1700 or 1800, and then it went to 2600. Right? I waited 10 years or 9 years, and it was not even beating FD returns. Very good company, heavyweight in Nifty. Nifty was going up like there is no tomorrow, right? But my stock was not going up. It had a decent weightage. Reliance started moving. It's like now everybody's favorite, right? So in stock picking also, somebody talked about investment. There also, if you have a portfolio of 10, 15 stocks, then it matters a lot. Like whether if you're lucky in 3, 4 stocks, you'll be outperforming the market. You will think that you are the genius, you are the new Warren Buffett. All day you will be quoting Warren Buffett and smiling behind your desk. But if it doesn't work out, you'll just be crying in the corner, probably lights down. I mean, it happens all the time. And the idea I'm sharing my story is idea is it happens with everybody. If you're long enough in the market in a cycle, it will happen to you as well. Yeah. So, if anybody wants to go ahead,
Yes, sir. So like trading is basically not meant for everyone, right? It's meant for only those person who are patiently trusting the process. Basically, now what is happening after that 1992 scam series, right? All the hype has started. Most influencer has started to like take stock market to the next level. So but everybody should understand like it's not a fast money making business. It's a marathon like. Actually, they should first trust in the process, right?
sorry, I think Rahul got disconnected. Here, I would like to tell you that being an influencer is not a bad thing. I am also an influencer. I don't know why people, take it as a negative word, but I am also an influencer. I want to be a very big influencer, and it's a good thing. It puts food on the table. It's a good thing, and everybody is trying to learn the ropes, and nobody is an expert, including me, right? So we're just sharing our experience, and I don't want to put anybody down. Making a video, 10-minute video is like a full day job. Okay, it's not easy. It looks very easy. It's not. I've made 102 videos now, so I can tell you. So we'll share our experiences rather than what others are doing. That will be better, right? So any of the speakers want to say anything?
I think the bad rep is because these people who are sharing those videos haven't done it themselves. I think that's why there's a bad rep. But yeah, I mean, just getting back to the topic, you are right. I mean, it could just be like uh, good stock, bad timing, and if you don't have that ability to hold on to that stock for the long time, if you don't have dispensable cash, then you might be hard done, right? But in case if you have that dispensable cash, and if you're able to wait it out for a few more years, I think what you sort of left out, you could make up for it. There's this one example of a stock that I have, which I sort of held from 2015 or 2016, if I'm not wrong. Uh, the time that I bought it, never been at a profit, and suddenly, come 2020, it just went up like close to 70, 80 percentage, right? So I was just able to hold it and turn it into a profit. I was able to wait it out, and I think waiting it out and having dispensable cash is also a good strategy to ensure that you are in the market for the longest time.
Yeah, I mean, I can't comment on that because that's very specific to strategy, and that's a very valid investment style. I have not done that, so yeah, but it's a. I mean, I averaged Reliance as I shared a few minutes back. So that's a very valid strategy, but beyond that, I can't comment on that. Having influencers getting a bad rep because they themselves are not doing it, I slightly disagree on that respectfully. If you look at cooking videos, like people who are getting a lot of traction, like Nisha Madhulika or Babita Kitchen, watch a lot of cooking videos, like thousands of it, and I wanted to make a cooking YouTube video. I did a lot of R&D on that, so I can tell you nobody can make more than 10 cooking videos if they're really not good cook. If your heart doesn't lie into it, I mean, you might be a professional content maker, anybody, but it's very difficult to make large number of videos, cooking videos, if you are not a good cook, if you don't really like chopping onion and the smell of that golden brown onions. So anybody who's making like 100 plus videos on trading and investment, at least to them, they are trying to give best value. Okay. So whether they're new in the market or old in the market, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I take everything on face value, and then when you see large number of videos, you get to understand that who is genuine and who's faking. I learned a lot of things from pretty new guys. I mean, a lot of my following is like very new people, and so I have a slightly different view on that. And yeah, so moving on to next speaker. Anybody wants to share? We can share about your good luck or bad luck in life as well, which I would also share in some time.
Uh,
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to hear me?
Vida. Go on. How do you
Uh,
pronounce your name? Vida?
no. That's just a nickname. Yashas is my name. So I
Yashashvi.
Yashas. Yeah, just Yashas. It's
Yashash. Oh, yeah. Go on.
yeah,
Go on.
so Vida became a name. So one thing is I've been exposed to the market for the past 5 years. I just started full time 3 years ago. I mean, I started my full time with an organization. I just joined an organization that works on something like this, like trading in derivatives and giving research calls and managing others' portfolio and something like that. Then talking about luck is when I got to know, like I started my trading journey right from the uh, Nirav Modi scam time. So my first luck was when I put in 10,000 in a Nifty put, and it became 45,000 profit. And I booked it. I was so in cloud 9 situation that I was thinking that आज तो bullet book कर लेंगे. Then again I was like, okay, uh, I started trading with that 45K only. Then the bad luck starts. I totally zeroed out my money. So I lost 10K technically, but that's the whole thing. Then, okay, after losing that 45K, then I was like going on learning about things. I got to know that there is some potential into it. I tried many stuff. Bad luck persisted. I started losing the money that I put in, and luckily that I had only set up few bucks in my account, so that I'm going to lose this much only. And majority of it was into intraday and each and every other stuff, uh, like options, each and everything. That bad luck persisted. Then I quit for like a year. I did not touch anything. I did not trade into anything. Then came a situation where uh, hate over my previous job came. Like I was like feeling miserable. Why am I doing this job? Like, why do I have to make tax returns for some big hedge fund? I used to work in EY as a tax analyst. So seeing those profit and loss statements of theirs, used to make me feel jealous of okay, why do I have to quit something that has so much potential? Then I quit my job, started exploring for organizations that are into this, to make sure that I learn in a very systematic way rather than some rogue trading person. I wanted to learn something systematic. So I joined an organization, learned how they trade, aligned with what they taught me. Still, I was doing some bit of trading, but still, many styles did not suit me. I had to stop again. Like I traded for 6 months, lost some bit of money. Again, quit for 6 months. Like analyzed what kind of a trader I am. Looked into what are the things that does not suit me. What are the lifestyle changes that I need to go through to make sure that I'm concentrated on the trading day. All of that stuff. Then right now, the first thought that that came when I booked that 45K profit bullet khareed lenge. Right now I have the cash to buy a Ducati, but still with all the hard work that went into it, uh, I'm still not buying any bike as such, because I know how hard it is to get such kind of a money. I'm still waiting for that moment, just just holding on for some time so that everything is a little stable at home as well in life. That's the thing. So bad luck, good luck put me in such a place right now. So that's the role of luck that has been in my life. Also, thank you. I've been following you. You are very vocal about the mindset and psychology in trading. So thank you so much for your tweets.
Yeah. So I can relate to what you're saying about initial trade. When I did my first FNO trade, I was in B school. Somebody said options may karte and all that. So I didn't know about very. I was doing a derivative course, and it was very fascinating to get a live exposure. So I bought option worth 1,000 rupees, and the expiry was like in 3-4 days, and I did not even bother to check. And near the expiry, my friend told me that it had become 7 times. So that like opened my eyes that the kind of money that can be made, and I started reading more about it. And that was a small bout of luck, but it had really a role. I decided not to take any corporate finance job or any kind of sales job, although I got placed in sales. Okay, let me tell you, but the way it shaped out, that I was preparing for market related job and so on. We also have Macro, who is trading in a big corporate on a buy side. So Macro, you would like to share something on that?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Anandibal and co-host Gurleen. Am I audible?
Yeah, perfectly, perfectly.
Great. Thanks for this opportunity. I always love the spaces that you conduct. Uh, see, the subject is role of luck. So, you know, uh, long back, I had attended one program from INSEAD by Dr. Anil Gaba, and he has written a book on illusion of control. What he says that any outcome has two elements. One is the element of process, and another is the element of luck. Now, the technical analysis, the fundamental analysis that we do is all process. So, what he says is that you keep on improving or improvising your process so much that beyond a point, the element of luck in your outcome should keep on reducing. And he also then gave examples of the coconut type of risk. A person, he always goes from home to office in the morning. He will take care of things. He will take care that something doesn't hurt him while walking, any pole coming in between, all this. But one fine day, when he is going to his office, coconut falls on his head and he is dead. So uh, there are behavioral aspects, there are psychological aspects when it comes to the element of luck playing role in the outcome. So I think one thing is that focus on process that is within our control. Luck is not within our control. That's my first point. My second example I would like to give from Nassim Nicholas Taleb's book. I think this book was either, I think it was Black Swan. Yeah, Black Swan. So what he says is that this is more about expectations and outcome. And he says that there is a goat which is standing near butchers, the butchers, basically the
I think we lost him. Uh, Again, so much of glitches. So we'll wait for macro to come back. Uh, Anybody else who has taken a mic just now wants to share? Shivapra,
Yes, yes.
you want to go ahead?
Shiv Prasad Patil. So
Go
as
ahead, go ahead. You are audible. Go ahead.
yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, and thanks to the Twitter. It has to connect to the several parts of the country to gather here, and thanks to the host, Tiano sir. He's be
last few days at my end.
Yeah, and especially my spaces, it keeps crashing.
So what was the last thing that I?
So you talking about Talib's book, I
Yeah, so
think.
there is a goat. I'll quickly do it. Otherwise, if it drops again, then there is a problem. So there is a goat which is standing outside butcher's place. Butcher keeps on killing the goat every day, and every day when some other goat gets killed, this goat feels that okay, it's not my turn. It's not my turn. And on the day that the goat is going to get killed, her probability of thinking that she will not get killed is highest. You're getting my point that when
Yeah,
when
yeah,
when
yeah.
when
Mathematically, yeah.
when somebody keeps on, it's a confirmation bias. Every day she gets a confirmation that okay, today I'm not killed, today I'm not killed. Now 1,000 days have passed, 2,000 days have passed, 1,500 days have passed. The probability of her getting killed is highest on the day when she thinks that she's actually going to get killed. So just taking this into our learning is that you keep on making profits every day, but do it on a consistent basis. If you are doing one lot, please do only one lot. Suddenly you have made profits on one lot for 10 days, and on the 11th day you go and make 10 lots, and then suddenly in one day you lose everything. So your position increase should be. So again, that's a part of process. The reason I'm giving you these examples is that focus on the process, make it so strong that the element of luck keeps on reducing. That's my view about role of luck in trading. Of course there is a role of luck, there is no second thought about it. So process and luck,
Yeah.
you just make a 2 by 2 matrix and that's it. I would not like to bore you with many such examples, but if you go to the behavioral scientists like Anil Gaba, or even Daniel Kahneman, Malcolm Gladwell, some of these books that they've written, it just tells you what is the element of luck and what is the element of process. So step one thinking, step two thinking, they're all intuitive thinking, logical thinking, non-logical, right brain, left brain, they're all part, and they all drive you to only one thing, that never try to increase the chance of luck, or the element of luck in the outcome. As far as possible, focus on the process. If the process is fine, if the design is fine, if the framework is fine, your outcome is going to be much superior, consistent on a longer run compared to many other traders. That's it. Thank you so much. I really love talking to you guys.
Don't go. I mean, stay for another 15-20 minutes if you can
I
stay.
will stay.
It's
If I
really
drop, I will come
enriching
back
to.
again. Don't worry. I'm listening to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
And if you have
Thank
any
you so
queries,
much
just
for
let
being
me know.
such a
I'll
nice
answer.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, adding on to what. Adding, am I audible, guys? Now.
Yeah, you're audible.
So adding on to what Macro said, if you any of you would have read John C. Hull, the book on derivatives, the last chapter talks about this particular fallacy that has, and especially firms, larger firms, they face this problem a lot. So let's say there are four traders in a firm. Invariably one trader will be the best performer, right? One trader will be most profitable. What is the probability of that? That is like 1/4, that one of the guys will randomly, like one of the guys will be performing much better than the other three. Let's say all four of them are equally talented and had equal opportunities, still one guy will be like performing much better than another. The probability is 1/4. If, like, as I said, unbiased dice, every guy is equal in performance, right? In talent and hard work. Then next year, let's say, what is the probability of the same guy performing much better? It's like 1/4 into 1/4, right? Third year, 1/4 into 1/4 into 1/4. It's not a very, very rare event. What happens with the firms is that they start allocating higher capital to the guy who is succeeding. They think that he has the magic wand. Second year, they increase more capital. Third year, they increase more capital. Like, so the same example that Macro gave, it's like a goat. Goat starts believing that this goat is not getting killed, and market is like it has no mercy. When you are handling larger capital, larger size, everything changes, and suddenly the goat gets killed. That's how a lot of bigger firms they go under, and that applies to the strategy also the firm is pursuing. In 2008, before the 2008 crisis, a lot of bigger banks, including Lehman and Western, they started having their own models, their own pricing mechanisms, and these were like over-the-counter derivative products, and the products, the subprime products, were being sold at a very, very high profit, and it was like, I would say, a streak of good luck they had, and they thought they had the magic wand. And when it started crashing, then also they did not liquidate everything at one go. And a lot of firms paid the price. I think Lehman was more than 100-year old. It went under the bus, right? So firms also face this problem a lot, where they think that this goat is not going to get killed. So we that's why I keep reminding myself that in whatever little success I have, role of luck is like much higher than the hard work that I have done, or any talent, if at all, I might be having. I mean, if I give you an example from social media as well, if I would not have had quick success in my first 1,000 followers, I would not have, put more effort to it. I would not have been conducting spaces. I was there on Twitter for 8 years. I did not do any, talking or any writing, anything, because I fundamentally believe nobody is going to read it. Nobody would be interested in the shit that I write. But I had unbelievable luck in first 1,000 followers. So that initial luck is very, very important in my story, I would say. Yeah. So any of the new speakers who have taken the mic, they want to share, or we would give the mic to Macro again. Let's see if he's there. Go on, go on. Just unmute
Hello.
yourself and start. Yeah. And see, my humble request is, whenever you are telling your story, think about the 300 people who are listening to it. It should be like intriguing and interesting to them, and also your story or whatever you want to tell. So both has to be a mix. People who are giving their peak time on a Saturday. Yeah, Macro, go ahead.
Uh,
Go ahead.
can give you plenty of examples.
Yeah, go ahead. We are waiting for that.
So, one thing, I don't know, all of us, we trade individually, but if there are any people on this who are running teams, the element of, I mean, again, I'll focus on more on process than luck, because something which is out of your control, you cannot do anything about it. So if luck has given you 70% probability of winning and 30% is coming from process, then you have to invert it to 30-70 instead of 70-30. And strive to make that 70 as 75, 77, 78. See if it can go to 85, 86, 87. That should be the objective. Now, one of the important feature also in the process is how you drive your teams. Let us say you have 4 people in your team. The best of the results will not come when you have 4 people from IIM Ahmedabad. The best results will not even come when you have 4 people, one from IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Kolkata, Indore, or let's say Lucknow. I am not going in any order. The best result will not come if you have people from, all from, let us say, IITs. Four IITians will not give you the best result. There will be individual excellence at, best, in terms of, they will be outstanding on individual excellence. But what is important to, get output in a team is that the overall team performance has to be optimum. The optimum team performance, usually, in my experience, last 15 years, I have seen, is that you need to have one person from a local university, one person from, let us say, SPJ and MDI, Gurgaon or Jamnalal Bajaj, one person from IIM Ahmedabad, and one person of a completely different background. One person, that fourth completely different background, he should, let us say, he should be a psychologist or he should be a history guy. He should not be knowing anything about markets, and on the job he can learn. This kind of diversity, the perspective that it brings to the team, or let us say, he can be a data scientist. You give him the data and he will give you the results. He will not, you give him the results of clinical trials, you give him the results of COVID hospitalizations or deaths, and he will throw you some results at you, and then he will tell you that, your perspective is like this, my perspective is like this. He will bring diversity. He will bring diversity of opinion to your team. He will bring diversity of views. He will bring diversity to the results as well. And uh, that's what brings the optimum performance. So have people of different backgrounds, different age groups. Uh, if you have all people who are 35-year-old, they will always be at loggerheads for some or the other reason, or they will be so close that they will, you know, go party every day. So you need to have that diversity, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's it. Okay. Then uh, you need to have people from different backgrounds. You may have people from a very, elite background.
I think we lost him again. So anybody else would like to share his
Hello,
experience? Yeah, Sid,
hello.
go on. Yeah.
So my name is Siddhant. So it's a story. I would like to tell my story of its kind of bad luck. So my grandfather was a director in RBL Bank before it had gone to IPO. So we had a lot of shares in our family of RBL Bank, and it went it went to around 600, as we all know. And once after going there, uh, everyone from our family uh, means ignored it. It was like a side thing, so we just kept on ignoring it. And I have recently graduated from my engineering. I'm working with a broker currently, and uh, this recently in last December or so, we liquidated all the shares. So the point was that even though this thing happened, we should try to diversify our stuff. This is what I would like to say, because this was a really means not it was bad financially for us, but it was a quite means bad on the financial means monetary side, not
So
financial
so
side. Because
at what rate you sold the shares of RBL finally?
I sold it for 130. See, it was not a loss for us because we took the share for 10 rupees before even
Okay.
IPO. So
Okay.
this is just the experience I would like to share.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sir, so are you on the short side right now on RBL, or have you exited the short?
I generally don't like to discuss my stock, but yeah, I mean, I am short on RBL.
Okay, okay. Thank you. I wanted just to share that.
Yeah. Next, anybody wants to share their
Yeah, I
story or
I would like to. Oh, sorry, sorry.
yeah,
You can
one
continue.
by one, one by one. Go on.
Yeah, so hi guys, my name is Rishabh. Thanks, man, for like allowing me to speak. I just trying to summarize and try to inform about my background. I'm trading from about 3 to 4 years and started pretty young, uh, and now I'm like about 22. So I have got a lot of ups and downs experiences, and I heard your story, Anand, at the start. It was like something that is very relevant. And from that, and also having to speak with a lot of traders, uh, I've like found out some conclusion that the so that a journey of a trader is almost similar to one and all. So you start with a very happy phase, the luck phase, where you start making money, and again, as someone in the panel said, that you're making more money than any other mutual fund person. So that's all the bull run where you will be greeted some option buys that go in your favor, and you think like you're the best in the market, and that's where the greed comes in. You get in more money in the market and put your skin in the game, start losing. Then a learning phase comes when you again start going in depression, learning about what did I do, why I'm not successful. So, and then again, if you are able to sustain this path for a 3 years time, right? So I think I'm at the end of this third year phase of this life cycle. After that, there might be some positive things coming our way, right? That is one thing that has been very like I've been observing it across a lot of people.
So,
I
so,
think there
so
is some
how
background.
in your last 3 years of trading journey, how much credit you give to luck in your journey?
Okay, so I would say sometimes like okay, Nirmala time, the Nirmala candle, everyone knew about it. So that was something that came out of a surprise. And if anyone has been trading from like 3 years, so we might know that event, right? The Nirmala candle that's very famous on Bank Nifty. And that time, like that is one of the lucky phases, I might say. Like I was having some 10 lots long, it minted a lot of money, but then it was like the next two or three candles which actually lost 60% of that capital, right? That I gained. But still there was like so it never happened that it is like it's always win-win-win for me, right? And it is, I think, the same thing for anyone else. So I think luck played a part, otherwise I would not have been in that candle. There were things like I was not out on a Friday, otherwise I would be in a college lecture. I might have completely missed that rally and then come out later saying that, oh, I don't know what happened, right? So there are things I can say luck is there. Then but if I go beyond and try to come to a conclusion, because I see a lot of jargons like discipline and do this, do that. That is good to say, but very difficult to follow. So discipline trading, disciplined investment, everything is good to say, but when it comes to following, and if you're a discretionary trader, it's very difficult to follow. You might say that, okay, I have, like, I start with a 2 lakhs of capital. I'm going up. After a year, I have, let's say, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs. I'm talking about traders who do options. And at a 6 lakh capital, now you want me to continue with that same discipline. That means the same one or two lots that I was buying at 2 lakh capital, and keep others in the margin management and capital protection, everything. That is something which is very hard to do, like as a trader. So the people who actually have a lot of trading experience might recognize that, yes, this is something that happens to us, right? It's very difficult to actually pursue discipline when you have a lot of capital, or when you go to a bigger corpus than currently you are, right? And after that, if you try to make a shift from discretion, the only thing
Did it
there is.
did it
Hello.
Rishabh,
Yeah.
did it we are talking about mostly personal experience. Did it ever happen to you that you missed a big trade because of the bad luck, that your system or your discretion would have been in there, and you would have gone long or short, and you missed a very big trade just because of bad luck? Did it happen to you ever?
Absolutely, it happens almost every day, right? So even this time, when the market rallied all the way from 17,000 to 18,000 just in no time, right? Even this is like where I was having some put buys at 17,000, and just see how it has just wiped out a lot of. So there were a lot of shorts at that moment. I won't say it was bad luck, but it is something that person has to understand, that no system is best, right? And I can be very loud about that. No, I follow this strategy, this system. I've learned from so many books and all those things. But at the end of the thing, when it is the application, the things are very different from books. That's where, like, I get disconnected when someone says that discipline trading and all those things. So I still don't see that happening in discretionary trading. So I
Rishabh,
don't say that there is no answer to it.
Rishabh, Rishabh.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
this is Macro. Uh,
Yeah. Hi.
do you trade only, or you are an investor as well? Because there's a big difference between being a a trader and an investor simultaneously. And I'll tell you, there is a concept, of convexity that is involved when you trade as well as you invest. So I just want to know whether you invest as well or you are just a trader. You have moved from 2 lakhs to 6 lakh and you
Uh,
are using the entire money as your trading capital, or you also have an investment portfolio.
I do have it's both. Like I do investment, I pledge it, and do
Yeah.
options.
So,
Yeah.
there is an element of sustainability and then there is an element of convexity in this. Uh, if I drop, I'll come back again.
Okay.
So let me explain to you the concept of sustainability. When you are doing one lot at 2 lakhs and when you move to 6 lakh, let us say in 3 months or 6 months, you move from one lot to two lots to three lots. That is how you evolve as a trader, and make it sustainable. Unless and until you get comfort of making that 6 lakhs, converting that 6 lakhs into 18 lakhs at three lots. Don't go to 10 lots. That's a sustainable way of doing things. But then there is a concept of convexity. What is the concept of convexity? When the market is going up, equity markets generally have tendencies to go up. If you see the chart for 100 years of S&P, if you see the chart of Nifty for last 30, 40 years, it has gone up. That doesn't happen in currency. That doesn't happen in bonds. Bonds are mean reverting because of interest rates, cyclical nature of interest rates. Commodities are also go up, but then they are also cyclical in nature, and hence there is a tendency to mean revert. And that is true of currency also. Though the emerging market currency, they keep on depreciating, the magnitude of depreciation may be different for different countries, but then there is an element of mean reversion in all these three asset classes, which is not the case which is not the possible, which is not so much evident in equities. Equities generally have tendency to go up because generally people buy assets and it keeps on going. I mean, I'm talking about very large decadal framework, decadal time frames. Now the element of convexity is like this: because everybody is long, when market goes up, everybody makes money. The finest of the traders, who are also the investors, what they do is, when the market tanks, let us say Bank Nifty came down from 41,800 to 34,000, there was a correction of 7,800 points. If you have missed that move, and if you are not short in those 7,800 points, even if you are not able to capture, let us say, 4,000 points, then what will happen is that somebody who has gone short and made money would have invested. So the same amount of at 34,000, much more units will be available to you than what were available to you. Let us say mutual fund units. Okay, at 42,000, you were able to buy only one Bank Nifty. At 34,000, maybe you will be able to buy 1.2 Bank Nifty. It is a 20% correction, right? So, and then when you invest this capital, it again goes up. It helps you in getting more margin money, and at the same time, it helps you to keep yourself disciplined. Now, what is the discipline that we are talking about? The discipline that we are talking about is a sustainable way. Discipline doesn't mean that you will not be able to. When you have a strong view, you can increase the leverage. On a given day, it is your day. Nirmala candle, somebody spoke about. I think you only spoke about Nirmala candle. Nirmala candle was a day when you know that there are going to be stop losses left, right, center on call options. 2,000 point, 3,000 point move, 31,500, 31,500. It directly goes to 34,500, and you know that people are going to get wiped out. She had warned that this is once in a 100-year budget. This is the best budget in 100 years that's been for. I mean, Indian independence is also not 100 years old. So she had given that idea, and it was foolish for the market, to sell call options of 33,000, 34,000, get those 17, 18 rupees per lot. I mean, what has happened. Discipline doesn't mean that you cannot go up on the day that you are very certain about. Something hits market, 2,000 points is going to tank. You have to go. You have to go that additional.
I think we lost him again. So anybody else who has the mic? Oh my goat, Gaurav, Karan, K Kumar, Shunya. Go ahead. Anybody.
Yeah, good evening, Anand. Actually, I'm Kiran Kumar, and I'm from Forces. I've just a brief kind of an introduction to my journey. Actually, I've been an investor since last almost 20 years. Part trader in between, saw the GFC, global financial crisis. That was the time I got introduced to FNO segment. And you would say that didn't have the capital at that time to basically kind of go full on, because firstly I'm actually like I said, I'm working full time in the forces. Okay, just coming to this topic without getting, aside from the topic which we are discussing today, the role of luck. I have never had a great kind of a good luck kind of a thing. I'll just briefly tell you about a bad luck which I've had. I am into currency also, and good that Mark is also here. And Anand, both of you are into currency also. And this issue of mean reversion of currency, unlike equity. You can say, a very bad episode of bad luck I had was I had a major position last year in the in the Feb contract. Yeah, Fab contract, and it was expiry day, monthly expiry day. A day before that, I was completely, because it was a mean reverting thing. I had I had sold, I think, puts, at around 72, 75 or something. And I just wanted to get out before the market. And as luck would like, that's the whole point of luck issue here. I wanted to get out. My system failed that day. I had a very bad day, kind of a thing, a very long day. And currency, as we know, closes at around 5 o'clock in the evening. So I came back first, my mobile network went, laptop network went. It was a rainy day. Some things like that happened. And finally, I couldn't close the position. And I was hoping like hell that, it'll just kind of, it'll be okay. But that day, the market opened, currency market opened about 30, 40 paise up. I think it broke 73, broke 74. And by the end of the day, and the next day, as luck would have it, I was again busy. Couldn't just take the trade or close the trade. Stop loss I had put, it just jumped the stop loss. And that one whole day, kind of the drawdown on my portfolio was almost about 10%. So that I just wanted to bring out that these things also happen, in trading. Yeah, that I just wanted to bring that aspect, that one has to live with that also, with everything, with stop losses, with network issues, redundancies put in. Market will still hit you at some point in time.
Yeah, and when things go wrong, they go wrong in a bunch, and you can't help much. And I'll give you one more example. I see a lot of guys who are like excellent traders, and still they don't add much to their net worth. I'll give you example. 15 years back, I don't know, I had not done much study, but I took a very, very strong view that I'm not going to invest in real estate. Those were the times of DLF or Unitech or Amrapali or JP, and like every real estate company, Hiranandani, everybody was buying flats. Middle class, you start earning, you buy a flat, and you start paying huge EMI. Part of your salary goes into EMI, and you have nothing to invest. I see a lot of my friends who are like 80 to 90% invested in real estate. I decided that I will not invest in real estate. And now when I look back, it was a random decision. It was not a very informed decision. I was not like a big macro guy who knew what is going to happen in 15 years in the future. My sister bought 3 flats in Bangalore by year 2012. And we are trying to sell that flat. And I can tell you that there is no appreciation since 2012 to 2022 now, 10 years. She's not able to recover the bank loan ka interest as well. So that was a lucky decision which I took apart from trading, which helped me compound my trading capital very, very fast. That I did not invest in real estate, I did not invest in gold, and everything I try to put in equities. And equities also performed like much better than inflation and much better than definitely real estate and gold. So these kind of small decisions, which maybe I would have been a really good trader, and my capital was so small, it would not have made a impact on my overall net worth. But this small decision which I took, and I took a very strong decision. One guy had come at my family. He was trying to sell. At that point of time, my dad also retired, and he had good amount of money after retirement, and he was trying to sell some land, and my dad had given 1 lakh rupees advance to that guy, and at those times 1 lakh rupees was a big amount. I said to my dad, forget this advance, but don't invest in real estate. Such strong stance I took, and now when I look back, it was sheer luck. So that kind of, and I see a lot of guys who are like really good traders, but they don't have large capital because they're tied up in real estate. So these things also play a large role. When we look back, we should realize, and that should make us humble. I'm trying to send requests for macro. Like I don't think it's going. Shunya, you want to add something, or oh my goat?
Yes, yes.
हाँ
Thanks for.
हाँ सर, मुझे लगता है कि ट्रेडिंग में लक का उतना ही रोल है जितना कोविड में नाइट कर्फ्यू का है। तो मुझे तो कोई खास रोल नहीं लगा है अभी तक। लेकिन हाँ, एक दिन ऐसा था 2021 में 24 फरवरी, आप में से किसी को याद हो तो, उस दिन एनएससी का डेटा फ्रीज हो गया था और 11 बजे तक सब स्मूथली चल रहा था। 11 बजे हल्ट हो गया था मार्केट और वापस 3:30 बजे खुला था। तो उस दिन मार्केट 2% नीचे था और जब 3:30 बजे खुला, सडनली मार्केट सोर अराउंड 2%। तो नीचे से करीबन करीबन 4% ऊपर चला गया था। सो दैट वाज अ काइंड ऑफ लक फॉर मी। वो एक लकी डे था। तो मैंने तो 4 साल में यही देखा है लक, और बाकी तो ऊपर नीचे जाने का हिसाब होता है खाली।
आप जैसे ट्रेडिंग में आए, तो वो भी जिसने इंट्रोड्यूस कराया, वो वहां पे भी कुछ लक का रोल था कि पहले कर लिया होता, या आए ही नहीं होते तो अच्छा होता?
नहीं सर, मैं तो बस 6 घंटे मार्केट देख रहा हूँ, कुछ अभी ट्रेडिंग तो नहीं करता। पोजिशनल इन्वेस्ट वगैरह कर देता हूँ, बस हम जस्ट स्क्रीन देखता रहता हूँ बस। और
ओके,
ट्विटर पे कुछ लोगों की स्क्रीनशॉट देख के खुश हो जाता हूँ।
ये बहुत अच्छी क्वालिटी आपके अंदर में देखता हूँ। आप दूसरों की खुशी से जो खुश होते हैं ना, ये रेयर क्वालिटी है।
थैंक यू।
ओके, मूविंग ऑन। शून्य, बोलिए। शून्य, आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए। करण, आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए।
हाँ सर, मैं बोल चुका सर, आप ओ माय गॉड बोल
Hello.
सकते हैं आप।
हाँ, so sir, so thank you for giving me opportunity to speak about something.
Go ahead, please. अच्छा, I think he also got disconnected.
Hello.
हाँ,
So, hi guys, I'm going to share my story of luck. That was my first day in stock market. I was just getting out of college and the lockdown happened. So, we all read about the Instagram stories that we should invest on the dip or invest on the crash, and the crash happened. So, I got my account open in Zero Adha at on around 22 March 2020. So that was Saturday. The market was going to open 24 March, and I just picked some stocks and saw them. I just filtered those stocks and picked up one stock that was in Indusen bag because that was down from 2,000 rupees, I think, from all time high, and it was trading around that 280 right now that time. So so the market opened at 9:15 on 24th March, and I just bought that, and there was a very big red candle that time. It was the bottom out time. The market bottomed out on 24 March, so it was a very big red candle. So it was just going down, down, down. It went to 230.
I think we lost him. Rohit, Rajiv.
Yeah,
Hanji.
hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. This side is Rajiv, and on this particular topic, the role of luck in trading, it's really absolute a matter a lot. Well, luck plays a very much role as far as the trading, not only trading in life is as well. And as far as my luck in the options trading is concerned, which had happened on 23rd of October, when because of the sheer luck, I was having a couple of positions or Tata Steel, then on some 3-4 positions, and because of that luck and something got changed on that particular day, I have earned around 2.72 lakhs in my last 5 or 6 years of time period of in the stock market. That was purely sheer of luck only. and because of the bad luck, sometimes you are having a positions and the signals, you are on a tour or some in a meeting or some other place. If you are in a working type of person, then because of these reasons you always lose a train, and this plays a major role. So my suggestions to the group members is concerned that this luck factor you must account for, and at the same time you fix up your profit, and that matters a level of IPOs in past, and which has given me a fantastic results. That was in late 90s, basically around 2000 or 2001. So Lux plays a major role, I can say. And I'm basically a new beginner, basically in options trading, and I'm just I'm trying to learn in options. Uh, and though I have earned and a good.
I think we lost him. Macro, you want to add something? You got disconnected many a times. Hello?
No
Yeah.
problem. I'm sorry. You have to again and again. You have to.
No, no.
I know my technical difficulties are making a lot of people. I come and I go.
No, I think I think you are outside and signal might be poor. I think
Possible. But this has been happening for last 1 or 2 weeks. So no, I think luck plays an important role. But I go by principle of Gita. Bhagavad Gita in this, that in hindsight, whatever has happened, you can attribute it to luck. But when you take trades or when you are potentially thinking about how to go about this, uh, again, your process should be so strong. You try to reduce the element of luck. And you can have a bad day, you can have a good day, you can attribute it to luck, or you can attribute it to years of process that has given you that. So it's very difficult to distinguish between what is the percentage of element, or what is element of process and what is element of luck. What I am only trying to tell you is that whatever has happened. Don't attribute it too much to luck, or both on the good side as well as on the bad side. Many people say
yeah.
that yeah, रातों रात करोड़पति बन गया. On overnight he has become a millionaire. I mean, nothing happens overnight. Everybody knows that there is some amount of hard work that has to go through. Somebody is born in Mukesh Ambani's house. That you can say that uske punya se usko ho raha hai. It is his karma that is helping him. But everybody goes through those 10, 15 years, 20 years of pain, develops a process, and then that process on a given day, when you have your day, that I have to go for 100 lots today, and I'm going to make it big. I have reached from 2 lakhs to 6 lakhs, and today is the day for me to reach from this 6 lakhs to 60 lakhs or 6 crores. That is your day. That has 20 years of process behind it. You cannot call it as a luck. The 20 years of experience has given you the ability to go from 1 lot to 100 lots and make that 6 lakh to 60 lakhs or 6 crores. So focus on process, and it will give you fantastic. You will have your day. You can have your bad day also. Discipline, how much capital you lose on a day, all those things definitely are there. That itself is a part of your process. So that you don't attribute too much to mera bad luck tha, I've lost 20% of my capital in one day, and to recover again. So when you come down from 100 to 80, it is only 20%. But when you have to go from 80 to 100, it is 25%. Remember, and this number keeps on. Just do small calculation. When you come down from 100 to 90, 90 to 100, it is 9% and 11%. So the difference is only 2%. When you come down from 100 to 80, it is 20 and 25%. That is 5%. When you come down from 100 to 50, your loss is 50%. But again, from 50, going back to 100 will take you 100%. The gap keeps on widening. So have your processes in place where you don't lose big. 2 or 3 big mistakes and you are knocked out of a market. You will lose motivation. And some people, they don't trade for a quarter. Some people, they don't trade for a year, saying that, okay, I am done with this. And then again, someday something will entice you and you will come back to the market. Have focus, constant focus. That's going to on the
Yeah.
process. That's going to yield the results. I'm repeating some of these things, for the members who have joined now, and those members who have followed me in last half an hour. Thanks. But I just want to tell you that I'm not here for followers. We have had this discussion with uh,
Anand,
Anandable
yeah.
for a long,
Yeah.
long time. I if you are going to look for any kind of stock market tips,
by the way,
my
I
handle is
want
going
to
to
add.
give
I
my
want to
handle is
add that.
completely just 1 minute. My handle is going to give you completely a different flavor. It will be sort of tweets on geopolitics, some random tweets, which I may come out and say that I think that currency has bottomed out. I am a currency trader. I'm not an equity trader. Personally, I do trade equity, but what Anandable does, what Gurlin does, I'm nowhere closer to that. So don't follow me for that reason. You may not
But,
see tweets very often from me. Yeah, Anandable, thank you.
yeah. So by the way, I want before macro goes, I want to add that macro is being followed by journalists mostly, not only from India but from abroad as well, and his views are appreciated by journalists mostly on geopolitics and on currency and interest rate. So definitely you should follow. You should not only follow people who are in your narrow domain. If you're a systems trader or if you're a Bank Nifty trader, don't follow only Bank Nifty traders. Widen your horizon, and macro is the best guy. Even journalists take his views very seriously. So yeah, go and do follow macro definitely. We'll wind it up in another max 10 minutes. Okay, because so many glitches, it really demotivates me, and it's a feedback. Twitter is listening definitely. Zuckerberg is also listening. So I want to tell them that boss, put your house in order. It's not done. So next speaker and 2-3 speakers more, and then we'll wind it up.
Can I go?
Thank you, Anandable.
Yeah, have a good night, macro.
Can I speak?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I just like when I joined, I see the role of luck in trading and life. So just I wanted to say that a little bit of luck, it is the process, because I would give you an example.
You'll have to repeat it. We lost you in between. Can you repeat it, please?
Yes. So what I'm saying is the luck plays a very little role in trading as well as in life. And it is the process which makes a bigger role. Because I would give an example like my journey in stock trading is around 30 years. And when I was in college, so like I was getting the pocket money, and one of my professor was having the brokerage firm. So in the evening, like after 2 o'clock, I used to go there because the market was stopping at 3:30. So like one day I was sitting there and I start putting the money, but in most of the case, because I was not sure about the process, I was losing money in all those. Like I buy 500 sale shares and I sell it, and I short the SBI, and then I have to take it back on the same day. So I was losing money. Okay, but when I got a job, one of my friend and myself go to, like the Indian guy's dream, I go to on site. And when we both came back, he was also sort of the person who was doing trading. So, but he was buying, selling, and I just buy some of the good shares which I like study, and I keep it for a long time. So at the end of 10-15 years, when we find out, he ultimately lost in stock trading, and God forbid I was making some money. It is the process which you should follow, and you should do all your main work. You should do on the risk management. Basically, you should do a proper risk management, and then you should have a proper fundamentals or process in place, because when you master on those fundamentals, then this luck meets with your process, and ultimately like you start making money in trading. At the moment, I mostly done work on forex trading and like USD and GBP. So in nutshell, I just wanted to say that you must have do your mastery in risk management. You should do a study, I would say a sort of study about all the fundamentals of a particular stock, and then you should also think about your gut feeling, because sometimes your heart says that yes, you can go for this sector, and like you can study that particular stock, and then you should do that. So the role of luck is not that much in trading and in life as well. That's my
thank you. Go ahead, anybody can go. We'll wind up in 10 minutes, so please go fast, and my apologies, you have to be like concise, short. Thank you.
आखिरी पावर प्ले में मैं रन बना लूं थोड़े. Anand, I have a question for
So
you.
good to.
Yeah, go ahead. Question. I
Okay.
love questions. I love questions.
Okay, Anand, so my question is more around beginner's luck. You know my journey, like how I started off and how it's going on right now. So initially, what I did wrong was doing the wrong position sizing, and over leveraged is what I started off doing when I started trading. But later I realized after a few months that all these things are going wrong. So, but even though I made all those mistakes, I made money during that phase. So, can we call that as a beginner's luck? If yes, and if yes, how do we know that the beginner's luck phase has ended for a trader? Or it can be like it's a continuous evolution process where a trader identifies himself, his strengths and weakness and all, or maybe refining the process to in the right path. Okay.
Hello.
In short, that is what I wanted to ask, and maybe views on that.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say to the audience that Avinash is a systems trader, and I'm there, part of his Telegram group for last more than 12 months, and he publishes all his trades on Telegram. I hope all of the trades are there. Publishes monthly record, everything, like every trade that he takes in the very same second the trade comes on Telegram. It's hard to believe that you are new in the market. Okay, so beginner's luck is for someone who goes to a fair and buys a lottery ticket, and he becomes rich overnight, and then he thinks that he's lucky or not. But you have been so methodical from day one, and probably because of your approach to the market, because of the algo trading that you do. So I don't think it's a beginner's luck. You had your rough phase. I have seen that closely. So I don't think it's a beginner's luck, Avinash, in your case, because you have worked pretty hard to make a Telegram bot and to make it everything systematic, to do back testing. Before you put in first money on the table, you have done everything. All the checklists are there. So, and your returns have been, you have got those returns after considerable pain. As you said, wrong position sizing and all that happened. So I don't think you're lucky. Having said that, I would love to have a detailed 3 hour session with you, and anybody in the audience wants to have that, will have to do 100 and make an appeal to Avinash. He is a very not shy but very reserved person, has very little number of followers, and I'm following him since he had 200 followers. How many you have, Avinash, now? Yeah, 600 followers, but yeah, so but gem of a trader. So we'll have a 3 hour session with Avinash, and we'll try to cover his journey of luck and bad luck both. So no, Avinash, I don't think in your case it is a big luck. You asked something else also,
Quite a
because I
bit
missed in the
overwhelmed.
between.
Yeah, quite a bit overwhelmed by your comments, but yeah, thank you for all that. Yeah, you've covered most of the points. Yeah. Like my question has been answered, so it's more like refining yourself as a trader is what you wanted to say in my case.
Yeah. See, trading, when you take series of large number of trades, so luck and bad luck will even out. What I wanted to focus today, and what is my focus generally when I look back, is life changing events. For example, when I was young, I mean, I should not be saying this on a public forum, but I'm driving car since I was 14, and that's not legal in India, but a lot of people do that, right? So I was, I think, 19 or 20-year old, and I was driving with my entire family, and my car had a crash. Not exactly a crash, it just brushed with another Jeep. The pedestal of the Jeep just brushed with my car, and my side windscreen, it just smashed, and it fell on my face. uh, it could have been a fatal accident. I was on high speed, the car would have toppled and things like that. So it was a life changing incident for me, in the sense that all of us got saved without a scratch, and it changed my driving forever. So those kind of incidents happened in trading as well. Once my broker was down, I will not name the broker, and I could not square off my MIS position. And that day, next morning, I had a huge loss. So I understood that broker also poses a risk. If you concentrate too much on a single broker, that also poses a risk. So all these kind of life changing things, which learnings that we have because of big streak of luck, or because of big event, which we might call unbelievable luck or unbelievable bad luck, that happens with everybody, I guess, and that changes our thinking in the process. Yeah, Vipin, go ahead. Sorry,
Yeah,
we've
so
been. Yeah.
yeah. So Anand Gulin, I have a question for you, right? So let's say you do all your fundamental and technical analysis and you expect a stock to grow by, let's say, probably a certain percent. Okay, let's say 15-20%. And then you hit jackpot on the stock. Would you attribute it to your skills or would you attribute it to luck?
Yeah.
Just would like to hear your mental model.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very, very good question, Vibin, and I would try to address it, and then I'll request Gurleen also to add to it because she is a technical analyst. I don't feel ashamed to admit the fact that I am no technical analyst. Okay, see, in my humble view, technical analysis just gives you the risk reward equation. It tells you where you can put a stop loss, where it will be probable, and by probable I mean there will be 30 to 40% probability that it will not be hit, and it tells you the probable run up that the stock might have. Again, success of my trades are like around 40 to 50% only, worse than a coin toss. So here I am not trying to predict or I am trying to guess where the stock will be or how it will perform. It's like a series of coin toss. Okay, just that in coin toss the risk reward is equal, 1:1. If it's head tail, you decide it like that, right? But in when you do technical analysis, you see that this is a breakout. This is going to be a trending market. So your risk is 1 hour or 1 unit, and your reward is 3 times, 4 times, or 2 times. This kind of equation you get visually. That is what I do looking at the charts, and definitely one trade or series of 10-12 trades, if you have a 50% probability of a trade going correct, then statistically speaking out of 5,000 trades, you can have series of losses like 10 losses, 12 losses, or 15 losses very easily, and it's very common. So definitely not a prediction, and people get it wrong on Twitter as well when I say that I am expecting Bank Nifty to have a gap up on Monday. It's a probability based game. I'm seeing a high probability that it will happen like that. I mean, the game is a little different from an astrologer. So when it goes wrong, I don't feel anything. It's just that it's a series of trade, and it goes wrong, take the next trade, goes wrong, take the next trade. Similarly, winning streak also starts when it starts going right. If you are following my Twitter, any of you for last 1 month, you will see that like unbelievable streak I had last since 15 December to this date, that everything is going right. And so similarly, bad luck also. I mean, not to call it a bad luck, but a losing streak also happens, and then you lose in a that's like probability equation. It is right. Have I don't think I have answered your question, and I'm really sorry. So I'll give a chance to Gurleen to answer it if she's there.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. So no, I completely agree with what Answer rightly said at this moment, right? That when you do technical analysis, right, or whatever analysis that you're comfortable with, right? So you definitely look at some probabilities, right? So this is the level that I'm looking at right now. If the stock breaks from here, right, I'm hoping that, or maybe I'm expecting or anticipating, right? We never say that I am predicting it, right? So prediction is never there in the market. No, I also use the words as anticipation and estimation only. And as we've been asked that if your trades go correctly, so would you attribute it to the luck? No, I don't think I'll attribute it to the luck. Maybe as we were having a discussion about beginner's luck and all, that might play out. But I would say that in the longer run, it is the skill that will triumph over the luck. I mean, this question, I guess somebody asked as well, that when you will know that your luck is done, your luck is finished, your luck is completed, right? I mean, it's done, right? It's over. So you'll know it when, you'll get a hold of your skills, and when your skills will start playing out, when you will start trading, and when you will start getting results as to what you've learned. And those I would say the results will tell you if your luck is over or not, right? Because it's the skills, seriously, it's the skills that will play out. And I will not attribute any of the trades to luck. And over here, I mean, I guess if I have I answered your question, Vibin?
Yeah, you did. I mean, so the reason why I ask it is super simple, right? So let's say you attribute a trade that you made to luck. If you do that, next time when you pick a trade or when you pick a stock to buy, is there a level of fear that you have? Because you're not sure if you could replicate your luck. That's where this question is coming from. So yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So, once what happened that I had taken a position, the previous day, and I had all my plans that, okay, tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up and I'll see the price action for the first 15 minutes, and there I'm going to square my, trade off depending upon what the chart is telling me, right? You won't believe what happened. I overslept. Okay. And I mean, I would say that it was sheer luck that, it turned out to be in the favor only, that I had to hold it and not square it off. But yeah, now, this fear factor that you're saying, it is there sometimes, it instills that, what if that happens. But if you just keep on being fearful as well, then also I would say that it will harm, I guess, yourself only in the process, right? Because if you be fearful, right, you'll not be able to execute anything with confidence. And if you're not confident about your system, if you're not confident about the trade that you're taking, I don't think then that, there's any point of being in the game as well, right? And like on this role of luck in trading, I would just say that, I mean, luck plays an important role when you're in the casino, right? Not when you're investing or trading, right? Because over here, if you treat trading like a business, or if you treat investing like a business, right, then it is just calculated risk that you're taking for an anticipated, calculated gain. Like rightly said, the probable risk and the probable gain that comes, and, which comes at a cost of doing the business only. So, yeah, I mean, those are my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, Vivin. My childhood friend, Mr. Shishir, is also here. I have given him mic. Shishir is not a trader, but he had like a series of good luck and bad luck in life. So, anything you want to share, Shishir, if you can hear us? Probably your visa rejection incident or something like that.
So, give me some time. I'm facing some problem with my AirPods, Anand. I'll join like in 5 minutes. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah, Santosh, you are taking a mic. You want to go ahead?
या हेलो, थैंक यू आपने मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया बोलने का। तो सबसे पहले मैं बताना चाहता हूँ कि मैंने 2019 में ट्रेडिंग स्टार्ट किया था। तो उस टाइम मुझे पता नहीं था करना क्या है। मैंने ऑप्शन ट्रेडिंग स्टार्ट किया, जैसे लोगों का देखता था मैं ट्विटर पे, मितेश पटेल सर को देखता था मैं, मनु भाटिया सर को देखता था। वो मतलब डेली काइंड ऑफ या वीकली काइंड ऑफ वो डालते थे MTM स्क्रीनशॉट। तो मैंने उससे सीख के ट्रेडिंग स्टार्ट किया और मैंने लास्ट 2 इयर्स में मतलब ये स्ट्रेंगल जनरली मैं करता हूँ और जो भी होता है तो उससे मैंने अराउंड 1 CR से ज्यादा बना लिया मैंने। तो मुझे क्या लगता है कि मैं लक्की हूँ या फिर सही में मैंने मतलब कुछ सीखा है मैंने 2 साल में। तो मुझे कभी कभी खुद पे काफी डाउट करता हूँ इस चीज को लेके।
देखिए, मैं आपको अगर आंसर करूँ तो मेरे को 15 साल हो गए और मैं आज भी अपने आप को खुद को डाउट करता हूँ कि ये लक है या, क्योंकि बहुत लोग बोलते हैं ट्रेडिंग रैंडम है, डोंट बी फूल्ड बाय रैंडमनेस एंड ऑल दैट। सो डाउट करना अच्छी बात है, इट कीप्स यू ऑन योर टोज और ये आपको हमेशा सतर्क रहता है। सतर्क रहें, सावधान रहें। ये डिपेंड नहीं करता, आप थोड़ा म्यूट कर लीजिए, बहुत इको आ रहा है। ये डिपेंड नहीं करता कि आपने 1 करोड़ बनाया है या 10 लाख बनाया या 1 लाख बनाया। मुझे 2 चीजें बहुत मैटर करती हैं रोल ऑफ लक को थोड़ा कम करने में। एक तो ये है कि आपने कितने महीनों तक काम किया है। जितना ज्यादा आप मार्केट में टिके रहेंगे, एक बैट्समैन 1 ओवर तक लकी हो सकता है, लेकिन अगर वो पूरी सेंचुरी मार रहा है और उसने 40 ओवर खेला है तो वो केवल लक के बेसिस पे नहीं टिका होगा, उसने हार्डवर्क भी किया होगा, टैलेंट भी होगा, फिटनेस भी होगी। तो सिमिलरली अगर आप लंबे समय तक टिके हैं, आप कई महीनों तक टिके हैं, 6 महीना, साल भर, 2 साल, 3 साल, तो आपका रोल ऑफ लक कम हो जाता है अगर आप सर्वाइव कर रहे हैं। मैं ग्रेट मनी बनाने की तो बात ही नहीं कर रहा हूँ। दूसरी ये चीज है कि अगर आप किस तरह की ट्रेडिंग करते हैं वो भी डिपेंड करता है। मेरा एक दोस्त है, वो सिर्फ साल की 10 ट्रेड करता है और अच्छा रिटर्न भी उसको मिल गया पिछले 2 साल से। तो अगर आपने कम ट्रेड्स करी हैं तो आपके चांसेस ज्यादा हैं कि आप शायद लकी हो। जैसे उसने कोई ट्रेड ली थी, आईपीओ आया था, आई थिंक ग्लैंड फार्मा का आया था, किसका आईपीओ आया था, और उसमें आईपीओ के बाद उसने होल्ड किया, बहुत अच्छा रिटर्न मिला उसे सब। तो जब आप ज्यादा ट्रेड्स करते हैं, अगर आप ज्यादा नंबर ऑफ ट्रेड्स करते हैं या ज्यादा समय तक टिके रहते हैं मार्केट में और फिर भी आपको हर महीने या हर क्वार्टर में अच्छी इनकम हो रही है, तो इसका मतलब लक का रोल कम है, आप मार्केट की आपको समझ आ गई है। तो करोड़ पे ना जाइए, और नंबर ऑफ ट्रेड्स अगर ज्यादा है या आपने कई महीनों तक काम किया है, 2 साल, 3 साल, 4 साल, जितना भी ज्यादा काम किया और अगर आप टिके रहे, तो मेरे ख्याल है उसका रोल ज्यादा है। और यहाँ पे मैं ग्रेट रिटर्न की तो बात ही नहीं कर रहा हूँ, सर्वाइवल की बात कर रहा हूँ। अगर आप अच्छे से बिना पैसा खोए हुए किसी भी क्वार्टर में अगर आप सर्वाइव कर रहे हैं तो आप केवल लकी नहीं है, आपके अंदर हुनर भी है। थैंक यू।
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to add on the role of luck in trading, I think it's all about you have to stick to your system. जो तुम्हारा सिस्टम है, सपोज अगर तुम बताते हो कि डिमांड जोन पे खरीदना है, सप्लाई जोन पे ठोकना है, तो अगर वो सिस्टम लगा के चलते हो, then there are quite a few times where you will end up being lucky, and then surprisingly, some stocks will give you some crazy returns which you would have never expected. One such example for myself has been TTML. 35 rupees per liya tha. I was thinking I'm late on that. I was thinking I missed the entry at 12 bucks, 15 bucks, 20 bucks, but then still I ended up entering at 35 bucks. उसके बाद जो चला है वो तो पागल चीज है. And luckily also I managed to exit it off as well at around 190. I could see further gains, but मैंने partial exit ले लिया था, so probably I got lucky with the exit as well. So यही है कि सिस्टम में तुम्हारा क्या बोलते हैं, ग्रीड का भी काफी एक रोल होता है कि शुड नॉट एंड अप बीइंग टू ग्रीडी बियॉन्ड योर मींस. जितना मिल रहा है उतना निकाल के रखो, तो दैट इज द वन वे वेयर यू कैन.
Yeah, very true, very true. Shishir, you would like to add now? No voice?
Unless you book your profits.
Yes, I'm able to hear now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible. Go ahead.
So I have just joined, Anand. So can you just give me a quick context?
See, all along we were talking about. Yeah, I'll give a quick brief. All along we were talking about role of luck in trading and investment. That how big role luck plays in you being in the right asset class, you being in the right strategy, you being right on the side of trading psychology. You don't have a gambler's mentality and so on. That is one. So life changing kind of a luck, or bad luck. Some people have initial very bad luck and they quit the market, or they start thinking share market Zoa and all. But I know you are not a trader. You are a software engineer, and but you have had brush with a lot of good luck and bad luck, unbelievable both. So I want you to share from real life, like non-trading related, anything where you think you were like really unlucky or you were very lucky.
Okay, I understand. Sure. So I think you mentioned about it's just purely from the life perspective, right? So
Yeah.
I think yes, luck, or sometime you are at the right place at the right time, without you being the initiator of any event, right? It happens, and as you grow, I mean, you have like pretty like long series of events, and then you try to look back and try to connect the dots, and then you come up with some conclusion that at what point it was purely luck and at what point it was sheer hard work, or maybe you were able to really create something, any specific outcome because of your effort, or it happened because of something beyond your control. So I won't say that everything happens out of luck, or luck doesn't exist. Definitely, nobody can say that for sure, and you have to judge it for yourself how it works for you. In my case specifically, definitely there were instances where if I have put in a lot of effort, things really materialized, and sometimes things even don't materialize. Even you are doing everything right, and then you feel that yeah, maybe it's just out of luck. So for example, maybe you mentioned about the visa thing, right? Visa rejection and approval. I had multiple visas, and sometime it would be like very easy to get, especially for like US visas, right? You guys, some of you might have heard about like H1B visas, right? Very difficult sometime. And yes, it's very seasonal, depending upon the political climate, depending upon job market, etc., due to which it can vary. So for some people, like lottery, you may hear that there's a lottery system, right? First time if you apply for a fresh H1 visa, it's like lottery. It's a pure luck, right? So how it happens, like if every year United States accept like 65,000 H1, they grant globally 65,000 H1B visas plus 20,000 visas people who have done masters from the US. So basically, they invite like 85,000 people who can work in a particular annual year. So initially, because of a lot of applicants, USCIS, the Immigration Authority, they run a lottery basically. So if your application, your company might have applied for you, and they only have like 65,000 vacancies, right? They can only approve up to 65,000. And you know that there are a lot of IT companies like Infosys, TCS, and so many, even other companies, they can file for H1B visas. So USCIS, which is the organization, can receive like 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs H1B application in a year. But it's a lottery system. So they generate random lottery system. And then based on that, they draw like who will get the H1B, who can basically work in the United States, right? Now, it can work like this way. A guy from Harvard University and a guy from some known-age community college from United States, both their names have been like put in the lottery, and maybe Harvard guy will not get the H1B visa, and a community college guy who has not put really a lot of effort, he will get. So it's a sheer luck, right? So that is one example. So in my case, what happened when I was there in US and I finished my masters, I landed up in a like financial mess. Like 2008, 2009, it was, you guys know, it's a financial meltdown phase due to the mortgage based, some scam happened in the housing market. So that year, there were not a lot of application that US received. So they said there's no lottery that they have to do because they are not getting a lot of visa applications. So it was like you apply and you may or you may not get it. So first time I was there, and boutique consulting company filed for my visa, and they were very strict at that point. Obama's period that time, and my visa got rejected first time. So it was not even lottery. It was just like my application was submitted. I was in the US. I finished my master, and I was waiting for my work visa, and my visa got rejected. And I was like blown away by this. And then actually, you can reapply for that with another employer. So then I was able to actually find another employer who can actually sponsor my H1B visa. And the next time I was lucky, and then I got my visa, and I could actually stay and work there. And it happened many times. And after that, I switched my job. And the challenge there is to work in US is like they can give you a visa for like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, right? So after it expires, then you have to again apply for it for extension. And every time it's sort of like a luck, because there is no control from my side, right? It's an employer driven process, right? I'm just like a person applying for work permit, and it's completely like an adjudication process, right? They look for like, okay, which company, what type of role. So it happened like I got like 5 or 6 times H1B visa I got, like including my extension. Sometime like it was like just like a 2 minute process. Like when I go for like stamping in the US consulate in India, they will not ask anything. I'll be in the line and I go to the window of the consulate and they will say, yeah, your visa is granted, like immediately. Once it happened, like they will like stop and try to like find so many things in my application, try to ask question, try to find so many documents, right? So you don't know, like it's completely out of your control, beyond your control. And you are like, let's say you try to work in a different country in abroad, and you are in India, you are on complete luck that whether you will be able to go back or not. And many people are in that kind of situation. When they come to India for stamping, visa stamping, they're like afraid. Like they're totally like afraid, scared, like whether I will be getting the visa or not, because it's a very sort of, you can say it's a very luck based process. Many times visa get rejected. Many times you don't know what you are doing right or what you are doing wrong, because it's like company has sponsored you, they have given you the documents, right? So you just go pray and stand in the queue that yes, you will get it. So yeah, that was my personal story about like sometime I was lucky, sometime I was like unlucky. And this is an area where many people are still struggling, grappling with, even goes beyond work permit, even in like citizenship. Many people want to stay in a country, like you must have heard about, like Canada has given immigration to like in this year within COVID, they have given to like 2 to 3 lakhs people who immigrated to Canada. Some people are not getting it, some people are getting it. You don't know what is the process. I mean, yeah, it's a scoring based system. You can say it's a transparent, but the point is like when you will be close to that score where your chance will be improved. So, and that's a big part of our life, like where we want to live, where we want to work. So it's not an easy thing, and you don't have much control over it actually. So, I mean, if your luck is with you all the time, and things have worked for you, stars are aligned, then things become easier. And but you never know. Sometimes, just one fine day, you are at the wrong spot, and uh, things might change. So is it I'm on the line, Anand? Like this is what is you are expecting to share, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you can share that unexpected visa rejection as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, last time, yes. So so in 2015, I was in the US. I was working with Accenture actually, and basically what happened, my driver license got expired. Was getting to like about to expire actually, and they were not renewing my driver's license in the US because my visa was just like less than 6 months. I went to the DMV office there, and they told me that you need to renew your visa, and it should be at least 6 months. So I said, okay, I need to go to India, get my visa stamping done, and come back again. And my project, everything was going fine in US. I was like, no issues. Uh, and I traveled to India and went to the like visa office in Delhi, and they said like, okay, everything looks fine, but we need to check. So what happens like when you go to US consulate in India for stamping, they immediately tell you that your visa is approved or not. They tell you, yeah, that your visa is approved and you will receive your passport in like 3 days. They will courier it, or you can pick it up. So in my case, they did not tell me that it's got approved. They just said everything looks fine. We'll get back to you. So they took my passport and all, and it was like normally it takes only 3 days to receive your passport, and it went. I think 1 week or 10 days passed by. I did not hear back from the consulate. I reached out to my account. I have to go back. And then they did some query or something, like from office. They did some query to the consulate, like what is happening in my case, and they said like, Shishir, your application has gone into some admin processing. So US consulate done. They do like some sort of like admin processing. So in some cases they can check like maybe like based on your education, they can run a technology alert list. Like if you have done some sort of like, let's say chemical engineer, you are a chemical engineer, so they can put you on a wait list. Like, okay, they might do some background check. In my case, maybe something else might be there, and they took some time. But it got delayed by 2 to 3 weeks, and I was on a personal leave here, and then my like team was waiting in the US. And due to some reason, I don't want to get into a lot of detail, but what happens eventually is like, I sent an email to my like managing director in Accenture that please release me, because I think I don't have a firm date when I am gonna get my passport back from the consulate, so I cannot give you a date. And because of the delay, I don't want project to suffer, because I can't work from India. So I said, just release me, and I'll see, because Accenture has an office in India. I think I can work from India for some time. So they on Monday, I received my passport with approved visa. I reached back to my again that, hey, is it possible to reinstate project? Like, we have, it's not possible to get you back. And since 2015, I was not able to go back to United States again after that. So it was just like like a couple of days of delay that completely changed the trajectory of my life. Like after that, then I visited some other country. I changed actually my company also. I switched my job, and then I moved to some other countries like Malaysia, Japan. I'm currently working in Japan geography. So, but that's like you say, like it's sheer luck, right? I could not have done anything else. Like earlier, it was, as I told you, like it was just a 2 minute visa interview, even 1 minute. You stand there at the window, and they say your visa is approved, and the same visa officer next time, like a different person, they will say like, oh, I want to take some time, and nothing has changed, right? Everything remains the same. My entire like application, nothing has changed, but yeah, it depends on like the person on that day how they want to process. So yeah, that's a big story. But yeah, things can actually change your trajectory because of one single event. You can be living in a different place. You can be working in a different company, right? And then you say that things are not in your control. I mean, it's external things which are driving your situation, and then you have to live with it, whether you like or dislike it, right? So yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks, Anand.
Yeah, I was about to close it, but now we have Master Chef also with us. I've given her the mic if she wants to add anything. So many interesting people are joining. Logical Trader has also joined as a listener. Sandesh has joined. So we can have their experiences if anybody wants to share anything. Sandesh, you want to come and have the mic?
Hello, sir. It's
Yeah,
me.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Hello, Anand sir. Yes, actually, I apologize. I joined a little late, but yeah, I could hear Shishir and his experiences. I wanted to share a very, very personal experience over here, sir. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, that's what we are doing for last 2 hours. Like pretty
Okay,
personal
great.
experience we're sharing.
Yeah, because it's 10 years ago, the incidents happened with me. A medical emergency sort of occurred due to some accident that I've met with, and exactly 10 years ago in these days only. And then we were waiting for this one particular report, which is a biopsy report, wherein they took the samples of the tumor. It was something which I was diagnosed with. It was a bone kind of tumor. And so at that point in time, when we were waiting for the results for those 7 days, from when the samples are taken till the time the results are going to be coming, that particular part of my life, and I was just only 19 years of age. So I realized how luck can be, what is the importance for luck, basically. So when the results came, fortunately it was a non-cancerous kind of a bone tumor, and then everything, as doctor has suggested, that everything वो अच्छे से सब हो जाएगा, आराम से हो जाएगा. So we don't have to worry for that. The only thing is we should not just get into the report that it is a cancerous one. And that is when I realized the presence of that super higher power, as we can say. I consider luck as the blessings of the higher power. So that's my take on luck. And as far as so like, forget about trading and investing. This is something that comes as a secondary. If like luck has played for me, it has worked for me as far as survival is concerned. So that's how my association with luck is on the very deep level, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of us would attribute it to Almighty, and yeah, I respect that. And
Yeah.
Sandesh, you want to add something?
So not sure, but yes, I think whenever it has come to luck, I've always been unlucky, I think. So I have one small thing experience, like it's related to US visa only. So back in, I think, 2014, I got selected for one of the companies in US, and then I applied for H1B, and it was the same lottery system, and unluckily I didn't get into the lottery. Although there was around 50-60% chance of getting into the lottery, but obviously half of the people were not getting into, and I was in those half. And since then, like, I never went to US, obviously, been here in India. So I think like that was a life changing thing. Like, my life would have been completely different if I would have gotten into that lottery. Like, I would have met very different people, and maybe I would not be in this space. Like, I would be doing something else. Like, life would have been like, it's a butterfly effect, right? Like, small events can change the entire trajectory of your life. So I think lots of things, like even in day to day life, we don't observe it actively, but in like hindsight, everything is being determined by things which are not under our control, and lots of our lives are determined like by these small things which we don't observe actively. So I think there's a lot of luck and very less skill, I would say. I'm a firm believer in this thing. Yes, Anand.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
all.
I totally agree with this butterfly effect. I mean, if you would have gone to US, probably we would not have been so lucky to have you on Spaces and to share such insights which you keep on sharing with us, right? So maybe, and I guess life in India is different. I would not say better or worse, but it's somewhat, especially in cities like Bangalore and Hyderabad, it's totally different. And yeah, you change your life to a very different trajectory.
Right.
But don't you think like working with Google, it the kind of perks you guys get and the kind of interaction you guys have, it's only the geography which is different now in your case?
Yes, I think work-wise it's fine, but there's a lot of life after work as well, and lifestyle is very different. Like if you come, like if we are talking about India and US, like I think the kind of interactions we have are very different, and I'm not sure what is better. Like even I'm not sure because I've never lived there, and there are pros and cons both, but. I feel like we can't really say like things would have been really different, right? Like being in a
But you
different
never tried to go back to US again? Never tried for that lottery again, infamous lottery?
no, I never tried again. Like then I got into Google and then like I never I wouldn't say I didn't get a chance, but like things didn't like went in that direction ever.
Yeah, and especially both Google and Adobe, they give such like humongous breakfast and lunch and dinner that you don't feel like venturing out too much, right?
Yes,
Just
I
kidding.
think food is one of the biggest reason to stay in India. Like I really think that it would be very hard to be there and like be away from Indian food. And
My brother-in-law works with Adobe, and he keeps telling me that every day they bring fresh cart of fruits, like unbelievably fresh new fruits they keep bringing for her to be healthy. Is that true?
yes, like I was in Adobe like I think 5 years back, so I don't remember exactly, but there were perks like I don't remember if there were fruit like lost
Okay,
that.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. So, I mean, I would like to conclude it. Gurleen, I would like you to conclude it because I'm like doing most of the talking. I think she slept already. Vikas, are you awake?
No, I
Yeah.
sleep already. I'm still
Yeah.
there, and it was like amazing being on the spaces, and it always is. I mean, being with so many different people over here, and everybody keeps on sharing their stories and all. So yeah, it's definitely like listening to everybody is I would say, yeah, amazing. So and as far as luck is concerned, I already gave my sense on it, and I guess that it plays luck has a very important role that it plays in our profession and personal fortunes. And I mean, yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys for joining in on a Saturday evening.
Vikas, you also want to add something? He's definitely sleeping. Guys, please follow Vikas. He shares some very beautiful charts, and he keeps tagging me. And I hate people tagging me in their charts, but I don't hate Vikas. So Vikas is special, and please follow Vikas if you are listening to me. And thank you so much to both my hosts and all my speakers and everybody who is listening on a Saturday night. And thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night.